I'll be showing you a easy do-it-yourself method of a home cold plunge at minimal cost. This is a contracting bin on wheels, so usually meant for moving a bunch of material and junk. Found this abandoned and decided this was going to be a awesome, cheap way to make a cold plunge. First step, I'm going to take off these wheels. I think I'm going to keep this plywood as stabilization. I'm going to be putting it over top of some rocks, so I'll keep the plywood. It's in rough condition, but who cares? Now that we got the wheels off, I'll be taking off these 4 bolts to remove this plywood so we could give this thing a deep clean. Set up this little electric pressure washer in about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to clean this thing out with the wand. So now that I got this thing all cleaned up, I'm going to install this drain, which is going to go right there in the corner. And I believe I need to use a 1-inch sort of drill. So this should do it. I'm going to drill it and then I'll show you the install of the drain. So that spot there looks pretty good. And I don't want to go too far down, but I don't want to be too far up. So I think this should be good. Let's drill. There, boom. That's the hole. So there we go. I got the end piece through the 1-inch hole. The 1-inch hole is a bit tight, so I just ran the drill through the edges just kind of to make it just slightly bigger. And then I ended up driving it through with a hammer, which gave us this result. I got this spigot from Amazon and it was only like 20 bucks. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, I'll leave the link in my description. So put this gasket on. There's a gasket on the other side as well. So let's pop this gasket on. And I think the goal of this will be not to put it on too tight and do it just right, so we get a nice seal. And there we go. And spin that thing on, and I'll have to hold the other end to tighten it really well, but you get the idea. And then it's just a matter of putting on the strain. So I'll tighten everything up when I get 2 hands here, and that's roughly what it will. That's roughly what it will look like for the drain, and that will allow me to fill this thing up, empty it every couple weeks, and there's the drain. So I filled this thing up a little bit, and here's a little test of the spigot. Drains nicely, no leaks, which I'm quite happy about. I put a little bit of silicone around the gasket just in case, but overall drains really nice, closes nice. I'm gonna be hooking this thing up this hose and probably have it drain out here safely for when I want to refill it. And I even purchased a filter, and I'll show you how that is installed next. Okay, well, I got this thing filling up. I just want to show you the filter that I'll be using. It's a big old aquarium filter, and it should be good. It should do a little something to it. And this was like 30 bucks off Amazon or something like that. And I read the reviews and they were saying it's even too powerful for their fish tank. So based off the size, should be pretty good for a little bit of water flow and some filtration. I think these 3 capsules hold some sort of filter sponge, and I'll connect it to an extension cord, maybe a little timer, keep it going. So I'll unbox it and show you what it looks like. Not gonna lie, this thing's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be, and that is great. It's gonna work perfect. I think we're getting to the level roughly around to what I'd want it to be, maybe a little more, just because when I go in there, it's gonna go up. So now that I have the water level at where I want it, I will grab this pump and hopefully easily, oh yeah, suction it on there. And that's suctioned pretty well, and I believe this is an air intake. And all we should have to do is plug some power into it. And there we go. So that pump is working. And pushing some water around, and I believe it will suck up any sediment from the bottom and will go into those filter cartridges. So I'll probably put this on a smart switch and turn it on and off, and when it gets freezing temperatures outside, I'll probably really have to watch it, but at this point it's looking good. And I will throw in a tiny tab of chlorine, maybe like just a piece of a tablet, throw it in there. Get those from Home Depot or something like that. And I think for now, I'm just gonna throw some ice in it and give it a shot. So I got a couple bags of ice, and we're just simply gonna throw it in there. There's some more, and this one's stuck, so I'll dump this in off camera and I'll show you what's next. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know what? I think we did it. This will do. Oh, yeah. Maybe a little bit too much water, but that's all right. So this is a successful cold plunge for about $50. And yeah, this is pretty cold. This will do. I'm pretty excited about this. And as winter goes on, it should get even colder, and oh, hopefully it holds up. Yeah, this is wild. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and hopefully you can make yourself a homemade cold plunge as well. One quick side note, as you can see the steam going off my body, I'm gonna be putting on a tarp, just a camping tarp, once I'm done with it, just to keep any debris out of it while I'm not using it. You can seriously see the steam coming off my body. That thing, it's gonna be wild for the winter. We're just getting to the beginning of it, so very good first test. Thanks for watching.